Hello friends, welcome to I Made Me Think video series tutorial for REST API testing using Java programming and open source tool and its automation. So in last couple of videos we discussed about basics of video application, web services, REST API and SOAP API discussion and difference. We discussed about REST API testing in general. We discussed about Richardson maturity model for REST API, RESTful API. We discussed about REST API URL format and few topics which are relevant to JAX-RS and caching. Now let us see header request, typical HTTP request and response parameters. So a typical HTTP request would have 5 major parts. It consists of 5 major parts. So verb, URI, HTTP version, request header and request body. So verb indicates HTTP methods such as get, post, put, delete, etc. URI, uniform resource identifier to identify the resource on server. If you remember in my earlier videos we discussed about what is URL, what is URI, what is URN. The HTTP version is 1.1. The request header contains metadata for the HTTP request message as key value pair. For example, client or browser type, format supported by client, the format of message body, cache setting, etc. Request body, so message content or resource representation. So if I put it graphically, the HTTP request consists of these 5 parameters, and the header will again have different parameters like this, and the body will be of different parameter types. The body consists of parameter type, for example query parameter or form parameter or path or metrics or bean parameter or an content, some content. Now let us see the HTTP response parameters. So typically there will be it consists of 4 major parts. So status or response code, HTTP version, response header, response body. Response status, so indicate server status for the requested resource, standard codes, and refers to predefined status of task done at the server. So I would request users or viewers of this video to Google out some websites where entire detail of different types of response codes is explained. The HTTP version would be 1.1. The response header contains metadata for the HTTP response message as key value pair, for example content type, content length, accept type, response date, server type, etc. Resource body would consist of response message content or resource representation. So if I put it graphically, it will be like this. So HTTP response will have consist of these many parts, and header will again have different parts, and then body can be a text or image or link or any content or resource representation. Now when doing REST API testing, so how do we handle error, or how do we what is the sequence to handle HTTP error codes? So typically it starts with the client side. So is there a problem with the request itself? So basically it's a client side error. So client has done some issues or client has done some mistake while raising the request, so that goes under 4xx response. So we need to handle 4xx series of code. Okay, if there is no client side error, then is there a problem with the server side? So for example, if the server is down for some maintenance, or if internal some Java exception has occurred, or JVM is full, or Tomcat is down, so those are all related to server, so those will go for 5xx response. If the web service or web server is being implemented, if yes, then we have 1xx response. So this is nowadays not heavily used but very rarely used. No, if it is no, then it is already implemented, then let's talk of 3xx or 2xx response code. So basically 2xx is okay or success response, and 3xx is not an error but it is redirection to something else. So we will see this in little deeper when we do our actual demo application testing. It will be fun. If you have any doubts or questions, please comment Please like and share the videos across your friends. Thanks for watching.